I'm a firm believer. Philosophically, I feel Gen AI gonna impact MSME the most. It's definitely gonna impact each individual, enterprises even, or individual work life, etc. But I think the MSMEs are the one who's gonna be most impacted in a significant manner with the whole generative AI. And I say this with a statement that at a product level, at a software level, system levels, what best these generative AIs is able to do is simplify the whole interface, or simplify the complexity of systems that we have created in the past. So there was a transition. When systems evolved, we first started having applications, desktop applications, etc. Last 10 years, we saw the whole rise of SaaS, and everything moved towards a cloud interface. Web browser became the primary interface that we use. Now I think this interface is going to change to the conversational interface, which will lead to much reduction in the complexity of all the systems and tools that you're using. And that's also one of the key roadblock in adoption for MSMEs for such systems or technology or digitization, whatever you say. But now with all this change in the landscape, I think they would be the one who will get most impacted in terms of digitize. They'll be able to use the same kind of technology or same sophistication technology which was earlier limited to maybe enterprises or mid-sized businesses. Now even a smallest of business, and that's what we're seeing even on our journey, that even the smallest of business are able to use the system which we didn't see a couple of years back, because the whole complexity attached to it. And that's where I think the phenomenal opportunity for everyone of us as in the market lies. My perspective about MSMEs adopting the whole generative AI or AI in large, I mean, they won't have direct bandwidth to deploy or build their own AI layer for sure. And I think that's really going to be a bad idea if somebody's thinking. So let me simplify for people who are thinking about AI and want to understand how do we really use it. Is the best bet is you find out about tools which is really relying on a lot of AIs or building towards the vision of the AI. That's the kind of tool probably I as an end consumer, I as an MSME would look forward to. I would generally want to see what are the tools available which has already played a role for us, and how they're adopting the generative AI, how they're moving fast in direction of generative AI. When the whole ChatGPT started, there was a certain turmoil around it, that how do we adopt generative AIs, how do we start using it, etc. And I said, look, everybody, this is just an initial boost that the whole ChatGPT brought into generative AI, but this is not a month story. This is like gonna be the decade story. And hence probably every MSME should start exploring that, but it's not they're losing immediately, and they should not say, oh, probably every month is wasted. It might take some more time to really get valuable outputs out of these generative AIs which can be used by them, but they should start believing in this direction.
Yeah, I completely agree with what he's saying. I think as MSMEs, I think we should not look at, they should kind of use out of the box solutions. A lot of customized solutions over a ChatGPT are available. So investing into creating your own model or customizing your own AI model is something that you can explore at a later stage. You should definitely start with an out-of-the-box solution. I think it also means how you look at your people strategy. So I think at a starting point, if we don't adopt using a generative AI in our day-to-day lives, I think that's the main key point, right? So look at it like if it's a CRM, right? If you install it, you first make you ensure that your team kind of logs into it every day, ensures that it becomes part of their daily life, and that's the first effort I think MSME should start putting into. So more than looking at what is the possibility with a complex possibility or a complex use case for a Gen AI, I think they can start with just using it in day-to-day lives in their for all of their employees. So I think as a people strategy, looking at where their team currently understands Gen AI, how do they use it today, and I'm pretty sure almost everyone here, most of their team members must have already started exploring it without probably the heads or the department heads or someone at the top management probably knowing about it, but most of them are just exploring it. So understanding where people are, how much the company needs to invest into upskilling or reskilling that team is one place where we can all get started, right? So these are low-hanging fruits. I think you can just start with that. I think second thing, anytime you're looking at an AI project or something, it's very easy to get lost into so many tools and so many conversations happening around it. So putting one business goal at the start, so define what you really want to achieve as a business goal. Once you define that, it's again the same cycle. You put metrics, you define baseline of metrics today, baseline or set a target metric to that, and then identify the people, identify the processes where you can actually plug these tools in, and then start measuring it in an iterative manner. So the same thing, it's sales, marketing, HR, customer communication. These are the easiest ones where you can get started. Most of the tools available kind of deal in these functions.
I mean, the first step they should do right now, if they haven't already adopted a CRM or a tool in first place, that's, I think, the step they really need to take immediately. Because that, AI not just come out of somewhere and gonna help you. It'll be riding some of these technology layer which is already built. This is generative AI is a technology layer, and till the time you start digitizing if some process or some activities that you're not yet digitized, it won't be useful for you in any sense. For example, if you're not using CRMs, you won't be able to use generative AI to tell the prospects or automate some of the functions, etc. If you're not using a communication layer, you can't automate some of the communication tasks that can be automated. I think the first step is start digitizing your process, start digitizing your workflows, your journey.
I have used ChatGPT very extensively. So right from responding to a lot of emails to probably writing or modifying my content. So we already were using ClickUp for a lot of project management / task management. So within ClickUp, they kind of got into, you give them a context about a project and they could generate like this is the task list, or they could write emails or write some content around it.
ChatGPT, I think, is everybody is using. We started consuming a lot of ChatGPT APIs even to build our own knowledge systems.